So you take that same TikTok video where kids are posting or whatever the case may be, you take that same video you post on Facebook and you get two different reactions. I would suppose because of generational gap. What do you think? What would your conclusion be? Why do you get two totally different reactions on those platforms?
I have no idea. And it's weird because you have the older generation, which are like, they'll always say, oh, this younger generation, there's so much bullying now. Like when I was younger, we weren't like that. But then they're the ones on Facebook being like, I'll post a video, say I posted a video of like a get ready with me. And people will say, oh, you're so beautiful. Like you bounce back, girl, like from your pregnancy. And then I'll post that same video on Facebook and they'll be like, bounce back where? Mom needs a mommy makeover. Like,
What?
and it's like those same people. And I'll click on their profile and it's funny because it's always someone that claims they're religious.
Yes. Right.
And, it's always, yeah. It's
Goodness
always
gracious.
someone like 45 plus. And it's
Right.
just like,
so judgy.
Yeah, I don't understand it because those are the same people that are saying the younger generation is so brutal and there's such a problem with bullying, but it's not. It's really the older generation.
Yeah, because we're the old farts that are yelling and won't get off our porch. We want it the same way as it used to be. The world is changing. It's evolving. Social media is a part of it, and a lot of us don't necessarily want to accept how social media is playing a part in everything that we do. So all we do is complain and fuss about it. We do it all the time. It's just the old people thing. We just complain and fuss, no solution based, just fuss, fuss, fuss at the young kids because like they're the problem. I say it all the time. We have older generation fuss at the younger generation about how they utilize social media. However, if you see how the older generation utilizes social media, it's the exact same way. It's the exact same way. We require attention the same way the younger generation does. So we'll sit there and we'll question and criticize the younger generation about how they're so attention seeking on social media. However, if you go and look at an older generation social media, they're very much attention seeking, a lot of attention seeking behavior, and they want the validation of others. And then they judge others.
Yeah.
Very judgy folks all the time. And that we're talking in general terms. So anybody out there who feels offended, I apologize. But this is a very general conversation. I'm not talking about you or you or you or this. Okay, we're good there. But it happens. And it happens. So what do you think is the difference between TikTok and Instagram?
TikTok and Instagram, I think Instagram's more in the middle. Like you'll get a mix. So you'll get kind of like half positive comments, half like those Facebook people. But it's generally kind of in the middle. I've noticed more of the difference from Facebook.
Okay.
Just like, I don't know. It needs to be studied.
It needs to be. All right. Well, here we go. We're gonna we're gonna double back this. We may do a little bit of research, and we'll double back and have a part two of this conversation and see what kind of answers that we come up with. We have our hypothesis, and we're gonna follow up with some information and see if we come together with a conclusion.
It's funny because like I have never personally, and I'm sure you're the same, like I've never taken time out of my day to write a negative comment on someone's thing. If I don't like the video, just scroll. Just scroll and block them. That's it. It's that simple.
It's not that hard. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You have come to build a business out of the content amongst the different social media platforms that you're on. And before we go further, I want you to go ahead and shout out your different platforms and where people can find you and go.
All right. So I am on a bunch of different platforms. My main one is TikTok. You could find me at Nell's World, Nelles World. I'm on Instagram. You could find me at Janelle Mcaloon. Facebook, I'm at Nell's World again. And then YouTube, which, you know, we're starting to like break into YouTube right now. We're at the Mcaloons.
Okay. So now
on there.
You've established a business and have done, we spoke off air, but you've done pretty well with the monetization from the social media platforms. Now, monetarily, let's put that aside. in order to gain, you got to give some. Has there ever been a time where you've maybe posted something and you're like, I probably shouldn't have posted that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you take me back to that and tell me that story?
All right. So there was one video in particular we posted. You know, before we used to, I used to do a lot before I started sharing more like just our life. I would do skits. And there was this one skit we did, and it was just like a phone call. Josh called his mom, or I called Josh's mom, and I was like, let's see if Josh's mom lies for him. And
Okay.
the whole comments, so she did. I was like, oh, is Josh with you? And she's like, meanwhile, he was sitting next to me. I was like, is
Right.
Josh with you right now? And she's like, yeah, he's here. He's swimming in the pool with the kids. And it was a skit we did, kind of rage bait to get like comments, to get the comments brewing, because people will relate to him, be like, yeah, his mom should lie for him, or yeah, like, um, that's messed up. She shouldn't have his back like that. So the whole comment section, she had his back. She was like, he's not here. Why are you so needy? You don't need to know where he is all the time.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, the
Oh
whole
no.
the whole like comments were like, divorce him, such a red flag. We had like so many people, big creators, like commenting, stitching it, and I was like, meanwhile, I
So,
wrote in the caption that it was a skit, but sometimes people don't see that.
oh, they're not reading the caption.
Yeah, but I
So,
didn't like that negative attention. I thought we posted it thinking it was funny, but people were like, well, you shouldn't post this because, people do relate to this and do have like, issues with their husband. I'm like, okay.
that ain't my fault. That ain't, yeah. That's like husbands should be broken down into
Mm-hmm.
how you define a husband is you will have issues with this person. Like that should fall immediately number one under husbands. Husband definition. You will have issues with him or her. Whatever you define as a husband, your partner, you will have issues with your partner. That's kind of how relationships work,
Yeah.
right? It's not going to be perfect throughout the whole relationship at all. So with that post that you made, like as you're reading through these comments and you and Josh are obviously having conversation and you're conversing about the comments going in these posts, what did you take from it? Did you learn anything from it? Would you do it again? Like, what did you get from it?
So what we learned from that is, I don't I don't even know. It's just like, be careful what you post because, you do leave a digital footprint.
Mm-hmm.
And, just be careful because that stuff will stay online forever.
Okay. Well, that's a lesson to everybody listening.
Yeah.